right? Like just moving slowly to this second part, which was talk number 8 that Teja proposed initially, good fortune and FND, right? Like goals and aspirations. And as I said in the beginning, let us pay attention to our autonomic nervous system. Let us pay attention to the physical sensations that we're getting now. Let us pay attention to our emotions. Let us breathe. Let us guide our minds through our conscious awareness, guided from problem to solutions. And the solution is already within us. We have lived it, right? We know this energy. We know that it has a meaning. We know that sensations have things to say. We know that emotions guide us, moving away from that and towards this other thing. So, right, we have to find confidence within. We have to tap into our knowledge. We have to want to write a blank page. We have to believe that we can do it and that we're doing it. It's kind of a game, the game of living. It's kind of like reality. So just very openly, like what's coming up, like forget for a moment about the things that you're already doing and just let your imagination, emotions, sensations flow into one, even within the same lines that you have already drawn, one new twist, one new creation, something new, something good fortune, goals and aspirations. What would you say? What do we do from now on? Let's make it fun. Let's make it joyful. Let's make it have a good balance. What could that be? How would that look like? Do we like one another? Is there anything that we could contribute? Imagine we're building this potion. We're like creating this potion. What are we doing? Good fortune. How does that look? Goals and aspirations. And we can just go ahead. Go ahead, Teja. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just going to say that we could even like describe sensations and emotions. Like we could leave the cognitive for later and just describe like for people to know, right? Like how this energy, the electromagnetic energy really can guide us and how it unfolds. But go ahead, Teja. Do whatever you want. You're a teacher here.
I was going to say something I find to be really fulfilling. I lead peer support for people with FND one-on-one and in groups. And I think that has helped me, and I hopefully the people that I'm working with also feel less alone in what they've experienced. And I think that's a big difficulty and challenge with FND. And so many people in this group and that I work with don't have access to any care at all. And I think um, something that I'm really proud of is being a part of projects that increase care accessibility, like this one in Wales. Um, but I am a firm believer that not all care is better than no care, if that makes sense. Because I hear that sometimes if there's not a lot of care access, and then the care that's provided is very stigmatizing or harmful to patients in some way, and then doctors still will refer because some care is better than no care. And I don't always agree with that. And so where I also feel really grateful in the last year is being included on projects that are aiming to improve care, because I think individualizing care, because FND is so heterogeneous, is so important. So I think when I think about how I want to move forward, and so much of what I contribute when I'm on research projects like that comes from my experience working in groups, is to continue fundamentally. I think that's probably one of the most important parts of my experience, beyond just cognitively, emotionally for me, as well as leading those groups and still feeling connected to those people. I think when I think about my capacity, I have heard that the next year of my program is kind of objectively the hardest year of the program, and it's also the year I sit an exam that kind of determines where I sit my residency. So I know that my capacity is going to be less, right? And I'm in a serious relationship. I have friends that I care about, balancing everything. So I think my priority is probably the group when I think about where I want to go with FND care. But I don't know, it's hard. I wish I had more hours in the day, and I wish I had some magic answer of how to get everyone access to good care. I think a challenge is how fragmented our healthcare system is and how different healthcare systems are all over the world. How it is in one country is not how it is everywhere. So you can't give a universal stamp. But I think one of the main pieces of advice I have is even if you are not a neurologist, a psychiatrist, someone that is trained to work with FND patients, even if you're a primary care doc and your patient's waiting to get seen by an FND specialist, it's still helpful to do regular check-ins with that person and see how they're doing. Um, so trying to encourage that narrative as well as even if it doesn't feel like you're doing something, those check-ins can be really meaningful and important. But yeah, I wish I had more hours in the day. I don't know, but that's kind of my reflection.
Yes, I agree 100%. I mean, I do groups, right? Even now here, right? What we're doing is functional excellence, not for ourselves, but for society. And we're talking in group. So a big, big project that I'm developing, and I'll keep you informed, Teja, is getting the experiential education methodology approved by insurance companies, right? From all of them, like from the most popular insurers, Medicare, Medicaid, right, to the most private insurers. So getting it approved by insurance companies, and I'm publishing, I'm analyzing the data to publish the methodology paper, right? Because I haven't described the details of the methodology yet. So I'll keep you posted on that because I think insurance companies, and the public insurers, the governmental insurers, once there is some good care approved, like everyone will be covered, right? That would solve accessibility, and that's what we are writing also in this paper, in the current paper of the 2026 summary, and the next steps for a big global social campaign. So I'll keep you posted on this paper in case you want to give it a read and contribute some. The regular check-ins, I have some videos that I did with Uche. She is helping me develop our programs at a scale it at a business level. I'm not a business person, right? So the regular check-ins, so she's selling some administrative support to practices, for practices to do regular check-in with patients, Tasha. I do agree because these patients sometimes, right, Jennifer, they don't even have the desire to go on a follow-up, right? Because the treatment has been under delivered and not mechanistically complete. So they don't feel the desire to continue. So these regular check-ins are very important. I'll keep you posted. I mean, you're on point. You're on point with what you're feeling. Let us, as we move to Jennifer, and let us consider that we're like 30 minutes into the conversation. I feel that we're very efficient. So if everything is covered, we don't have to do a full hour, and we can jump into things to do. Jennifer, you are doing your PhD, right? I think 1 or 2 more years to go to your PhD in psychology. So it's interesting. We have an interesting mix here. I'm a neurologist. Jennifer is a psychologist. Teja is a pharmacist. And I work with psychedelics. So I'm like, Teja, let's look at these molecules.
We
So
should.
right.
We should
Uh,
get in touch about that.
so Jennifer, psychology, PhD in psychology, right? So good fortune, good luck, goals and aspirations, right? And Jennifer and I are doing all these group conversations with professionals and working. What's vibrating within you? Obviously, the VA is very close to your heart. What are your emotions? What's guiding you? What are you seeing as the future, Jennifer?
For me, I feel like I resonate a lot with kind of what Teja said at the conference, and also what you're doing with the experiential education. I think what Teja said with her within the lecture was like not every treatment or, gold standard for certain conditions are right for every patient. And I feel like the main thing that we're kind of not focusing on is like patient-led care or experiential care. Patients are experiencing FND. The doctors aren't. They really don't know what it's like to be in a patient's perspective at all. And I feel like having experiential like care, at least just I feel like there's really nothing out there that really gives patients power back. And I feel like for me, obviously, I'm studying health psychology, but I'm also really interested in like what things patients can do. It doesn't have to be treatment, but what things can make people have higher quality of life, that have more meaning and purpose in their life, have more positive experiences, because there's so much about the negative experiences and all of the stigma and bias, but I feel like I didn't want to focus on that because it's so heavy. I wanted to give people something that they can do on their own. Doesn't have to be treatment, but it may help them. That is just fun, is really meaningful. So, yeah.
Emotions, right? It has to be fun. And this is why I chose, right? Like I invested all this money and bought this land that is now up for grabs, right? Because we're like opening and creating the international congregation to do many things there. But it has to be, nature is fun with the animals. Like, I don't know, the squirrels and the deer and the trees, and just hiking and going in these beautiful trails and the lakes. I don't know, fun and dancing and exercising and doing yoga and singing and doing arts, right? And taking some mushrooms, right? Within the right set and setting and under the right guidance and going to Alice in Wonderlands and seeing like why is this happening to you, girl? It's like what, right? Like, where are you going? Because the majority is women, let us be honest, right? And it's the majority of young women, right? Like we have been there, right? So putting fun and yes, I agree, Jennifer. I agree. This is one thing, right? The fun. When we go to the hospitals, when we go and do the education, when we do the CME lectures, doctors and professionals, they are afraid. They are afraid of this topic. They are afraid of patients. They are afraid of their colleagues because they don't know what to do with this patient population. So, as I have been doing this more with the CME lectures and all this, you know what's working great? The patient demos. Were you in any of the demos? No, I don't think neither of you were a patient demo. When the patients come, and when we do the exercises and we target some of the symptoms, and when the doctors see the magical happening in real time, wow, so it's like a third person learning experience. The doctor is there watching as a movie. Patients enjoy doing the demo because they show the doctors through their own symptoms. Jennifer, that is working great. I think we should work on the VA through the patient demos, because doctors, they feel criticized and they get scared. And it's kind of fun to do it. Okay, so let us take the lead and decide what do we want to do in the next 5 minutes. Do we want to open another topic? Do we want to stop the recording? Do we want to say goodbye? Do we want to talk about a specific project? Do we want to wrap up? Let us be honest. Again, a moment to look within. Check in with your autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system, it gives us these signals. It takes over. It let us know we have to listen. Sweaty hands, dry mouth. I need to pee. I need to poop. My heart beats. My breathing, my belly, my hunger, my temperature, my muscle tone. Make it nice, make it comfortable. Listen to your autonomic nervous system. Emotions too. What do I feel? I feel excitement. I'm angry. I'm annoyed, right? Let the cognitive mind allow it to do interoception. Allow it to check in with emotions. Allow it to check with your somatosensory body sensations, motor, sensory motor. Take the lead. Now your conscious awareness and you take over your mind and you're like, okay, we're gonna lead the conversation. I'm gonna decide what we're doing in the next 5 minutes. Be bold, even if we don't agree with one another. One goes first, the second one goes second. Stay true to your functioning and take over and lead us in the next 5 minutes and let us see what happens.
I feel like I need to like write my ideas down and think about it because there's a lot of options and there's probably too many. Uh, that's just me.
Okay. I'll translate that to what I believe I'm interpreting. So I think we are getting towards the end of our conversation, and there is some like writing, right, to organize. And then, of course, we always continue allowing the emotions and the sensations to help us choose our priorities. Thank you, Jennifer. I love working with you. Thank you. Teja?
I would agree. I think there's not maybe enough time with everything that could be covered. It's a little daunting, and perhaps reflecting after could be more productive.
Yes, yes, I agree. And now, just because, right, like Uh, I think it's nice. I think it's nice. If we could close and to show the world how important it is to name, right? Naming sensations, naming emotions, right? Where is it? If anyone just to close could name whatever it is, positive, negative, up or down, or whatever it is, huh? Name one emotion, name one sensation to show the world how, oh, hey, we have to be holistic. Hey, we have to be integrative. And if we truly want to be holistic and integrative, name one or say one spiritual societal statement, maybe end up with some positive transformational thing for the cognitive mind, right? Just say goodbye to the world, whoever comes across this video. Just leave them with this truly integrative, holistic, mechanistically focused statement approach, and then we'll let it be.
I guess I'll go. Well, if I'm focusing on the four different aspects, I think the the thing that's coming to mind is like empowerment, feeling empowered, feeling giving patients power back, making patients feel empowered. Um, Physically, I kind of would say like maybe I guess some of the high energy, like confident type physical experiences that I would like other people to share, and hopefully I keep myself. Socially, I kind of feel like it all fits with empowerment, feeling empowered in a group setting and feeling empowered with medical teams. Uh, Spiritual, again, it kind of feels like just increasing confidence and patience, confidence that things are going to work out, that you're going to get the care you need, that you know what to do. Um, yeah, physical, cognitive. Uh, I guess I would say. uh being, I guess, just being aware of your true experiences and what your body is saying, what your, what everything is saying about your FND. Don't let other people tell you that it's something else.
Very well said. I think emotionally I'm feeling more tired or like lower today. Not necessarily sad, more content or calm. Um, Physically lower energy, more grounded. I'm a little hungry right now. Um, Socially feeling connected, which is good. Um, Feeling more of a sense of a belonging. Um, and cognitively, similarly, kind of tired. I think I'm not as cognitively activated today, because I think I'm feeling more physically grounded and more calm. My brain is not running at the usual level of high anxiety and high speed, where sometimes I can get a lot of work done and be very productive, but not today.
I think you're amazing. I thank you so very much. And I thank, the universe and the heavens and the earth for our connection. I am who I am because of all the interactions that I have had with you. Thank you so very much. You enjoy your day. You be successful. You rest. You have fun. You do whatever you want. We'll continue on the WhatsApp group. Anything else?
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.